everybody, it's Debbie at Basket Case Mama Fab Finds, and I'm here to do a what sold video for the month of January. February is not quite over yet, so I'm going back to my January sales, and we're going to see how I do this for the first time, because this is the first time I've done this one, and I figure I'll do them once a month, and if I have a lot of sales, I'll do them twice a month. January and February are notoriously not the busiest time of the year ever. I have to remember to look at the actual camera, not at my paper and things. Are not always notoriously the most busy time of year. But I didn't have a bad month. It was a lot of bread and butter, little stuff for the most part. But we're going to start with this one. And this is a La Vienne ornament. These were sold at Pier 1, and as you can see, it has a nativity scene on it. It's the three wise men, and Mary and Joseph and the baby, and it was really pretty. It's reverse painted. It comes in a little velvet box. I'm sure you've seen them. They're around everywhere. But this one sold, it was on a sale for $22. And after fees and cost of goods, which was $4, I made a profit of $17.25. So everything that I sell is including shipping, and I do flat rate shipping. So what this works out to is generally, if you're on the East Coast where I am, then, it might be a little bit more than you pay if I did actual shipping. If you're on the West Coast, it's usually pretty close to what I'm charging, and if you're in the middle, it's in the middle. If it's grossly over, I'll generally send them a refund on something that's grossly over, but it's shipping, handling, so it all kind of works out. So if I undercharge here and I overcharge there, at the end of the day, it kind of works itself out. The reason I do it this way is primarily because to do it by weighing it all and packaging it, and getting all your wrapping stuff and getting it in a box and finding all the boxes for every single thing I buy, and then storing it in boxes. I store things in my garage. I don't have a storage space. So I only have so much space, and that would take up an incredible amount of space. I do have some things that I do box up, and I do put in, wrap in everything away ahead of time if they're fragile or they're weird or I know they're going to be difficult. But generally, it's on a scale. Clothing has a scale of 1, 2, 3. Like 1 is t-shirts and lightweight shirts. 2 is maybe dresses and heavier, like fleece shirts or lightweight pants. 3 is jeans and heavier things. And then I have 4 additionally for like coats or jackets or things that are much more heavy, or gowns, things like that are a little more complicated to ship. Sometimes I'll throw them into a category of just a random price that I have that's in the range that I believe is going to be close to what it's going to cost to ship, because I don't have a thing for everything. The same thing with plush. I have, I think, 3 different levels. The lowest, and then there's middle range, and then 3 for bigger. And then if it's super big, like if you happen to see the video that I did with the big dog in it, I'm not sure it's up yet, but the big bulldog, big bulldog, something like that is going to be probably $25 to ship. So I'll kind of get an idea how much that is before I list it, because that's going to be something that's heavy, going to require a bigger box, things like that. So I try to do it that way and put in like an average price, and that works really well for me. Maybe it won't work for everybody, but there's many ways you can do it. I don't ship internationally unless somebody reaches out and asks me specifically, will I ship to them? And I have shipped to Canada a couple times and to Japan. So I find out what the shipping is, and I add like $1 or $2 for handling, depending on what it is and how big it is. And then I just let them know what it'll be, and I will ship it, and I will change it for international shipping to that place, and then they can go ahead and order it on eBay, and it'll go international. So eBay has a great international program, don't misunderstand, but I'm not sure how to do it with flat rate shipping, and I don't want to go and weigh everything because I have like 3,000 things right now. So I'm staying in my lane. So anyway, the next thing up is a vintage glass starburst snowflake mid-century modern ashtray. It's in a brass holder. It's from about the 1950s. Anything with a starburst or snow, this kind of gold and white and black kind of thing is always kind of good. It didn't go for a lot. It wasn't very big, but it did sell for, again, it was probably an offer for $18 plus shipping. So after cost of goods, which was $3, I made $13.27. This is a Mattel Magic of Pegasus Barbie Snuggle Glow Shiver Polar Bear. It's from 2004. It's vintage. He's super cute, got blue eyes, and he's just a little plastic figurine. And he sold for $6 with shipping. And he was something my daughter had. So after cost of goods, there was nothing. It was $3.82. The thing is, he sold before and he got returned, but he got returned. The lady never got it. It came back to me for after a month that the address was unknown or whatever. The addressee was unknown. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, I got it back. I refunded her money. And I said, because initially I had her, she has to go through the post office because I shipped it. I approve of shipping. It's not my problem after I ship it. But since it came back to me, I reached out and I said, hey, I got it back. Here's your refund. I'm so sorry. If you'd like to purchase it again, it's back up in the store. You can go ahead and repurchase it. And just make sure you change your address in eBay because it's going to the wrong address. Well, she didn't repurchase it in the end, but someone else did. So all good. Actually, not long after either. So this cute little thing is a Spark Imagination Peach Fox. It has ribbed ears and crinkly ears, and it's a baby Spark Imagination. This sold for $12.22, and after fees and my cost of goods, which was a whole 50 cents, I made $7.89. This is a Pipsy Woggins. Yes, it is Pipsy Woggins. And honestly, I picked her up because look at those barefoot, those toes. Come on now. I mean, those toes just got me. And the face, it's just very cute. Anyway, she is vintage from 1995. And she's got little flower petals on her head. I've never seen anything by this. It's a Maureen figurine. She sold for $15 plus shipping, and I paid $1 for her, and after fees and everything, I made $11.19. $1.19 would be terrible. Not that wouldn't happen sometimes. You're going to see something here. I'm in the negative, so it happens. These are vintage porcelain flower fairies. They're Christmas ornaments. There's a sunflower, a lilac, and a pine berry. They're very cute, as you can see. They have their little wings. And again, the piggy toes, I just think they're so cute. And they sold for $22, probably, and they made me an offer, plus shipping, and I paid 33 cents for them, literally 11 cents each. And so the net was $19.82. This is a Dickens keepsake vintage barn and silo Christmas village. They're ceramic. And I bought a tub of these and a box of these for $25 at a yard sale. And I was concerned I overpaid and that I was going to be sorry I bought these, that they wouldn't sell because they weren't like Department 56 or anything special. They're just... And there were a variety of different ones, but they were all in good condition. And I thought, if I can sell one for $25, then everything else will be profit. The first one sold for $25, and everything else has been profit. And I've sold 6 of them, I think. I had 2 tubs, and now I'm down to about 3/4 of 1 tub. So they did sell over the holidays. This actually sold in January, and this one was sold for $20, and after they came out to $1.47 per item. This was two that I allotted together, but it was still $1.47. And this was $11.95 profit. Though it was all profit because the first one, but I do it by individual pieces. It's just how I cost it out. So this is a Build-A-Bear Puppy Love pajama set for a Build-A-Bear animal. It has Puppy Love on the t-shirt. It has these little Dalmatian slippers and a little pair of pants. I paid $5 for a bag of clothing that included some Webkinz clothes, some other Tolly Tots or something, and Build-A-Bear clothes. So there was only one thing that wasn't good in there, and at the end of the day, it worked out to like pennies per item. So it was 25 cents total for these three pieces. So at the end of the day, I made $10.53. This is a resin winter horseback rider. It's vintage. It has dogs on it. It's for a Christmas village. It's tiny. Um, I took an offer of $6 on it plus shipping, and I paid $1.36. And after shipping, because the box and everything, it shipped for a little bit more than one would think, and it didn't cost as much. So at the end of the day, I made $6.08 on it. So it kind of worked out. Like I said, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Even when I take an offer, it's okay. It all averages out at the end of the day. So this is a vintage Dakin Lou Rankin best friend, Sammy the Raccoon. He's a stuffed animal. He's like got a curved body. He is vintage. Oh, excuse me. They paid full price $24 plus shipping and after fees. And I paid $5.49 for him. I made $9.88. This is a Kelly Toy baby lion. It's plush, like almost a terry cloth material. It rattles. It has crinkly. It's floppy. It has crinkly ears, and it sold for the $19.88 that I was asking for it. I paid $3.49, and after fees and the cost of goods, I made $10.19. This is a Viking art glass rooster from the 1960s. It's 9.5 inches tall, and the color is blue neek. So this one's interesting because it looks like they paid full. The full price was $175.09, but there was a coupon in my store for 20% off, I think. So they ended up paying $140.01. This sold for my church. So it was donated, so all the proceeds go to the church, but it was $124.09 after fees. This is vintage Bluebird Polly Pocket horseback rider and doll and two horses. This one is flocked, the one she's on here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but she's like a velvety material. And they have like her legs separate so she can ride the horse. It was on a sale for 30% off. I had some toys and some plush on sale that I've had a while for 30% off in my store, and she sold during the sale for $16.80 plus shipping and 21 cents into it, so I made $13.04. And I'm telling you, they're teeny tiny. And I know I've stepped on some. They're teeny tiny. This is a Kelly Toy Bean Pals. It's a Y2K vintage original Dalmatian. His name is Domino. He's all floppy, and he's about this big, and he did have his tag still on him. I paid 10 cents for him. He sold again on that 30% off sale for $11.19, and after fees, I made $9.13. This is a creche. It's made in Taiwan, vintage nativity wooden stable. It has a white wooden star in the back. This also was on my 30% off sale, so they got it for $24.50. I paid $2 for it at the thrift store, and after fees and shipping, I still made $24.50. The elephant, is from A Sick Day for Amos McGee. It's a 10-inch Kohl's Cares plush stuffed animal. Again, on the 30% off sale, sold for $14 plus shipping. I paid 53 cents for it and made $11.69. This is a Nanko Japanese frog in a bathtub ceramic soap dish. Again, sold on the sale for 30% off at $21 plus shipping, and I paid $2 for it and made $16.37. This is a pair of Dressed in Joy leggings. They're large, tropical, colorful, as you can see. There's the tag. They sold on a sale for 30% off. I actually had these pulled because I was going to redonate them. I've had them for 2 years, and they have not sold. I had taken them and put them in the pile of things to donate because I paid $1 for it, so I wasn't really going to be out anything, and they sold. And this is I had something to sell in February that's in that pile too, that I took out of there. So we'll see. Like most of them are unlisted now, but I just thought it was really funny before I even could get it down out of listing. It sold for $23.10, and after fees, I made $16.03. I paid $1 for them too. So this is an Emma Fox navy satchel purse with a chain on the handle. It has gold things on it. This is the Emma Fox thing there, and there's also a little fox problem, I think, in the inside of it. There was a little wear there on the bottom that I did disclose. The strap looked really good, and no, you can see there's the Emma Fox inside thing. Emma Fox does pretty well. I'm always amazed at it. This bag actually sold for $40, again, on an offer. Actually, it might have been even, yeah, probably an offer. And I paid $9 for it at the thrift store, and I made $25.49. This is a Gitsy Blue puppy dog. It's a super soft little dog. He's so cute. This is the tag. If I can see, where's the tag? Come here, you. There's the tag. Gitsy. I had never seen this tag before, but it's super cute. It went on sale for 30% off during that sale. It sold for $14 plus shipping. I paid $2 for it, and I made $9.69. This is a Stephen Baby teddy bear. It was blue. It was a lovey. It had the fleece here and the satin edge and the minky on the bottom. It had that kind of loopy plush. It had been washed, it looked like, because you can see it's a little bit, but it's not terrible. But the tag was still very clean. And it was in good condition and looked nice, and it was super soft. And it sold for $13 on an offer plus shipping. I paid $4 for it, and it was $11.67 profit. This is a 31 roll-up blanket. It has some embroidery on it. It has a handle, hook and loop. It just kind of rolls up. It's fleece on the inside. And I used to sell 31, so this is one of the things I had in my stash. It went on 30% off sale and sold for it sold on an offer off of the $30. So I actually ended up taking 15 for it, and I made $11.96. This is Minnetonka suede moccasins. They're Sherpa, they're pink, they're size 10. They're in excellent condition, as you can see here. Not too shabby, but they're just little moccasins, but they were clean and cute. They sold on an offer of $16, and I paid $8 for them and made $5.76. And again, that's something I've had for a while, and I just wanted it gone. So some things sell better than other things. Some take longer. You never know what it's going to be. But this is a Jellycat. It's a baby. It has a chime bell in its head. It's Bashful Bunny, pastel blue. It's floppy. It's cute. It sold for an offer of $30 plus shipping, and I paid 50 cents for it, so I made $25.36 after fees. This is a Carter pink bunny heart baby security blanket from 2016. It sold on sale for it sold for $15 because it was on sale, and somebody sent me an offer. Believe me, things go on sale. They still send offers. You can turn it off, but it depends. If I'm doing a sale to literally start getting rid of some things, that's what I've been doing with my plush. That's why I put the store on sale in January. I put some older plush on, so if the offer was reasonable, I will take it. But honestly, some people just it's on sale for 30% off, and they send you an offer for 50% off that, and I just decline them. Look, guys, don't be crazy. But if it's okay, if it's reasonable, and I'm still going to turn a profit, then, okay. And in this case, that was the case. This was paid $2 for it. They paid $15 plus shipping, and I still made $11.37. So this is an Old World Christmas vintage Santa head ornament. It's super cute. It has the Old World Christmas, I don't know if tag on the top there. You can see it. It's a little heart with OWC. This sold for full price at $15 plus shipping. I paid $1 for it, and I made $13.50. 5 cents. This is a Thai classic. It's a Catalina cat. It's laying on its side. It's from 2006 and retired. And it has this wacky bow on it that it's like a leopard print. It's like a tortie cat. It's very cute. And I put it up for 35 and it sold for 35 relatively quickly. I paid $4 for it, so I made $27.30 after fees. This is a Fossil Preston saddlebag. It's a Moulin Rouge red is the color. It's a pebbled leather. It has a zip across the bottom. It is a very nice bag in very nice condition, as you can see. The interior was pretty clean. There you can see. So it was pretty nice. I paid $5 for it, and after fees, I made $24.05. This is a Scentsy Buddy baby doll. Her name is Shia, I'm going to say. I don't think she'll be offended. She's a doll. And she's a little giraffe in her pocket named Jenna. And she has curly hair and darker skin, and she's adorable. And I just totally love things like this. Look at the color. Look at the outfit. Yes, I used Photoshop. She's just cute. Can't stand how cute she is. Look at that. So I'd taken some new pictures of her because she hadn't sold. And I guess it helped. So she was for sale for $33 and sold for full price. I paid $2 for her, so I made $27.18 after fees. This is a mid-century vintage beaded fruit. It has push pins on it. This one had a little darkness around one of the beads that I did disclose. It was up for sale for $10. I took an offer of $9 and plus shipping, and I paid $1 for it, so I made $7.40. This is a Joseph A. Bank silk camp shirt. It's a bowling shirt. Sopranos is something else you can put in there because, apparently Tony Soprano wore shirts like this. And I took an offer of, I probably sent out an offer for 10% off, which is kind of what I do, send offers 10 to 15% off depending, and it was accepted for $27 plus shipping. I paid $5 for it, so at the end of the day, I made $18.10 after fees. This is such a cute little Cuddle Barn snowman. He's the plush toy. He's just adorable. I accepted an offer of $14 for him, and I paid 50 cents, so I still made, after fees, $11.72. This is a little miniature dollhouse armchair. It's pink, it's plastic. I don't know who it's from. I Google Lensed it. I couldn't figure it out, which happens sometimes. So I put it up for $7.30, and they made an offer of $6.20, and I accepted. I paid about 21 cents. This was in a bag of a bunch of toy stuff that I bought. So I made $5.81. This is a vintage milk glass reticulated plate, 6 inches, dessert side. It was listed for $10. I took an offer of $8.50 plus shipping. It was donated to the church, so this is a church sale. There is part of a label, but who knows who made it. So they get $7.57. This is a Department 56 laughing sculpted Santa head with a check hat. I took an offer of $13.50 plus shipping. I paid $1 for it and netted $12.29 after fees. This is a Warren Kimball rooster picture. It was printed, framed, folk art. Anytime you see anything Warren Kimball, you should look it up if it's a good price because it actually sells pretty well. I also had like a box of his that sold over $20. This was for sale for $25, but I did have it for a while because the shipping was a bit on it because it was a good size. So I took the offer of $20, and they paid the shipping on it. I only paid $5 for it, so at the after fees and my cost of goods, I made $10.10. And I'll take double my money. It's no big deal. Hallmark Ravishing Raven Ornament, 2017 Beauty of Birds. I also put Halloween in it. It is super cute. It's got glitter all over it. There's some glitter on his tail and the mark, the little dangle there. So I took lots of pictures of it, as you can see, and I'm showing you all the pictures of it because I got negative feedback for this. She complained that it was more scratched up than she thought it was. I honestly didn't see any scratches on it, and I still don't see, and I blew these pictures up. I don't see any. Do you see any scratches? I don't see any. I mean, if I had saw scratches, I see glitter that came off, but there weren't scratches. And I'm sure there might be some very minor, like from a Christmas tree having, needles. There may be some minor, but I didn't even see them, and I still don't see them. But nonetheless, she didn't want to return it, and she didn't reach out to me, but she just wanted to leave negative feedback. Gotta love that. Some people get on my nerves. Best of all, I took an offer on this for $40, and I paid 83 cents for it, so I still made $35.82 for my aggravation. This was the third item that I got negative feedback on, and all three were pain in my butt, negatives. So two of them I think I can get taken down. That one, that's how the customer feels, eBay tells you. Yeah, but she's just being, I don't know what she thought. She didn't even reach out and complain to me. She just left negative feedback. I have no idea. Anyway, this is Thingamajigs, as you can see. I don't know if can I get it to play? Can I get it to play? There you go. So yeah, they're great. I don't know if you've ever seen them before, but they're Fisher Price. These are not old ones, but they're still they're not brand new either. I had one, and then I found the second one, so I lotted them up, and they sold much faster that way, and they sold for $55 plus shipping. I paid $4 for both of them, and I made $34.53. This is a Roosevelt's Top Gun shirt. It was a large. I put Goose, Maverick, all the words. This is what a Roosevelt's looks like if you don't ever see it out there. My daughter actually spotted it in a thrift store, and I almost fainted because I never expected to find a Roosevelt's, frankly. And I'm not much of a clothing person anyway, but I did know the brand. And it sold for full ask of $80 plus shipping. I paid $8 for it, so at the end of the day, I made $46.71 because eBay got their cut. Anyway, this is a violet pin. I did put suffragette in it. It was vintage Taiwan. It was enameled. It had like a little green spot of enamel, and then all the rest was purple. It was very pretty. Suffragettes apparently wore these purple violets on their lapels when they were out and about, so other women would know because it was about the vote. Anyway, it sold for full ask of $35 plus shipping, and after I paid $7.77 for it, so after fees, I made $17.81. This is a radadu. Let's say that. Plush dog. He's stuffed. He has an eye patch. He was from France. He is very cute. Where's your tag? There's your tag. Here's the other side of your tag. Copyright by Rhoda. It sold for full price at $18.88 plus shipping. I paid $1.75 for him, and after fees, and because of the shipping cost was actually less than what I charged, and I only charged $6.35, I still made $21.74, which was more than the $18.88. Go figure. So this is interesting. This is a rustic vintage wood cradle for a dollhouse, and it has a reed note because it is damaged. It's rough. I put rustic for a reason. It's rough. It's just wood and stained, but it's a little older. But you can see there's a little bit here. Let's see, a little bit here where the come on, little guy, give me a break. So now you're not going to show what I want to show, right? That would be helpful though. Anyway, over here on the side, there's a little bit where there's a chip. And on the bottom, you can see there was chipping, and on the back there. And I did disclose there was a little bit of chipping on it. I mean, it was together and it was nailed, but it has a chip in the wood on the end of the crib, on the interior, on the rocker bottom. So I did disclose right in my description. It's in good condition, has a chip in the wood on the end of the crib. So I'll always do that. And then I also make sure it's in the pictures anytime that I spot anything. So it was like rough, but I only was asking $6. because it was rough and it was little. I paid a whopping 54 cents for it. So someone bought it plus shipping, and it went to Manhattan. And I get a message that the tracking showed it delivered, but the lady, it wasn't on their porch. She didn't know why they wouldn't put it between the screen door. It was a windy day. She was afraid it blew away. She didn't think I could do anything, but what could I do? So I was trying to give her counsel, like, talk to your mailman, make sure it didn't go to the wrong house first, find out, like, you can put in a lost mail thing and they'll look for it if it went someplace else. I said, but there's really not much more that you can do with that. I said, hopefully if it went to a neighbor, they'll bring it to you. Although in New York City, I don't know how much that happens. There are a lot of people there. I mean, I don't know half my neighbors, and I live in a suburb. In the city, I can't imagine. So lo and behold, she was just so sad. She wanted it for her baby Jesus in her manger scene. And it's perfect for that, honestly. And I was like, oh no, like the baby Jesus crib is missing. Now I'm even more upset. Like, oh no. So I felt for her. I sent her a message and I said, just let me know if it turns up. I'm really sorry, but give it a day or two, because it just could be somebody else has it. And it might get returned to your postman and it'll come to you, because I ship to the address that you put in the thing. Make sure your address is right on eBay, because you might be able to tell from that. If it isn't, then you can go check with your neighbor. So 4 or 5 days go by, and one of her neighbors came, and it got delivered to her, and she'd been away, and she just brought it over to her. So she was delighted. She was really happy. She left nice feedback. But anyway, the wandering baby Jesus cradle, it was just sweet. Anyway, you have sometimes the most fun conversations with your customers, I have to say. And at the end of the day, I made $3.35. This is a C. Dushin 1979 vintage brass angel praying bell. It's heavy brass. There is a little like stick carving at the bottom. You see, it was made in 1979, but it says 1994 there on the bottom of it. So I did disclose in the pictures. It's stamped on the back and all the things. If somebody had a polisher, they could probably get the 1979 off. If somebody just did it with an engraver, it's not serious business. But I did let them know about it. It was in the description. And that sold for $4.99 plus shipping, and I only paid 17 cents for it. It was in a lot, and I made $3.07. This is a way to celebrate cloth bird with a Valentine hat. This might be a Walmart one. There's Walmart ones. There's Target one. The Target ones are Spritz. The fact that I didn't put Spritz in the title tells me that it's not Target. He has a little fray around his face from his hair, I thought, but I noted it again in my description there. I took an offer of $13.50 plus shipping. I paid $3 for him and made $10.33 after fees. These are vintage berry bumpy ball replacement lights. They're called berries because they look like berries. There you go. And they're round and they're multicolor. So I put them in a circle like that so you could see how many of each there were, and took some close-ups. There were 20 altogether. They were uplisted for $20, and I took an offer of $16. And I paid 50 cents for them and made $13.43. This is a mid-century modern floral teacup set. It's just so pretty. It was Royal Sutherland, made in Staffordshire, England. It was like bright, very mud, retro-y. I had a little bit of a ruffle edge to it. I don't know if you can see the ruffled edge or not, but the top of the cup had a ruffle to it. It was very pretty. I had it listed for $33.34, and I had got a lot of lowball offers, believe it or not, and it finally sold for $33.34 plus shipping, and I paid $14 for it, and I made $11.19. I got it at an antique store. This is an Ox Rose baby doll blouse, boho, embroidered. It sold for an offer of $19 plus shipping. I actually sent a refund because she found it has a hole in it, and I took a picture of the hole and didn't even realize it was there, but there was a hole, and I think under the arm. So she said there's a hole in it near, and she told me where it was, and I actually had a picture of it in here of the hole, and I went, oh yeah, there is a hole in it. I see it right there. So and I'm not sure, maybe it was on the front, but anyway, I blew it up. I saw it. I just sent her a refund, told her to keep it. It's not worth it for me to pay the shipping for it to come back because of a defect. I could have taken it back and fixed it and resold it because it wasn't a big hole, but honestly, it was just easier to do that. So I lost shipping on that of $5.28. Oh, wow. Oh, and plus my cost of goods, which was 66 cents. That was including my total cost of goods at the 5.28. So I took a loss. It happens. Anyway, this is a big book of madness. It's a board game. It was my son's. He asked me to put it up for sale for him. I do that for him because he's my son. And it sold for full price at $28 plus shipping. And after fees, it was $23.50, which goes to him. This is a Delft de Fleur Holland reticulated dish oval. It has handles and it's got painted tulips on it and it's super cute. As you can see the holes in it is reticulated if you don't. And there it is, Delft hand painted de Fleur Holland. Delft has a lot of different things written on them, so you can go look them up. This one was $25 and sold on an offer for $22.50 plus shipping. I paid $7.49 for it, which was too much money, but at the end of the day, I made $11.62. This is a dollhouse furniture. It's upholstered. I put it together as a 4-piece set. I bought a bunch of Calico Critter stuff, and in the dollhouse stuff there was this and Calico Critters. It was all mixed together, so I just sorted it out. The cost of goods on this, because one of the things in there, it was such a small amount for the bag, I just put all the shipping on the one thing that was the most expensive, and these are all zero that I paid for them because it just worked out that way. So they paid $16.24 plus shipping, and I made $16.19 after fees. This is a Noble Hallmark ornament. He is a associate gift special edition. People that work at Hallmark have special ones that they can only they can get, and this is one of those. So it sold for full ask at $20. I paid $2 for it. It was in very good condition, and I made $12.40. This is another one of those problem people. This is a vintage 1993 heart Christmas winter scene sleigh ornament. It's in very good pre-owned condition, which it is. You can see it's got the gold writing on the front, and the gold writing is still there, and it's in pretty good condition there. It has the little key lock that moves on the back that's still attached. The inside of it, I took close-up pictures of all the sides of it, and it's really cute, and it's teeny. It is teeny. There is one little ding at the bottom, which I just noticed. I didn't notice that before. One little teeny ding. But otherwise, it's in good condition. But it's from 1993, and it is vintage. And anytime that is the case, that it's, old and it's vintage, you can be sure that there might be some wear, okay? I try to disclose major wear, but there's always going to be some wear, okay? Anyway, which is why you say vintage. And I do disclose, like, in the description, anything that I note when I do it. Like I said there was a little mark on it. So anyway, they paid $9.50 for it plus shipping, and then they opened a return. And the return reason was they didn't like it, but she left negative feedback saying that she should have looked at the pictures better because there was a lot of wear. And well, first of all, if it's a defect, then she should have opened it as a defect. But it wasn't a defect because it's in the pictures and it's in the description, and she just didn't read or look at the pictures. But there isn't wear. Like, there's the couple little minor things are listed and talked about. So she just was, I don't know what she wanted, but she left negative feedback, but she returned it, and I gave her a full refund. So that should get removed by eBay. But people annoy me. But I did make $2.94 even after it came back. So it worked out. And I paid, I think, 30 cents for that. So it wasn't tragic. Nothing tragic. So this little guy here is a vintage Princeton limited edition trinket box. It's also a music box. There you go. It says at the bottom, 3 Alarm Fire is the name of the thing. It is hand painted in Malaysia. So all the good stuff. I don't remember what it plays, but it was in the description. So this was, I'm losing my place in my list. I'm so sorry. Where am I now? Oh, there. Oh, it's at the end. I forgot. It was at the end. So this is a down. This is I took an offer of $13, and I paid $4 for it, and I made $7.57. So, and that is the last item. So those were all of my sales for the month of January. Like I said, mostly bread and butter. The rooster, which I sold for the church, was the biggest thing that sold. So it wasn't like the stellar month. I actually had some really good sales in February so far. So I will be sharing that with you probably in early March. But let me know how you like this. If it was helpful, if it gives you some ideas of things to look for or not to look for, some things to do or not to do. If there's anything you might be interested in finding out more about that, maybe I could help with, by all means, feel free to ask, leave comments. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, leave a comment, hit the thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It's free, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.